I've created over 2,200 landing pages across 48 different industries, and today I will show you my exact formula for creating a multi-million-dollar landing page. I'm gonna walk you through one of the sales funnels that has generated over $10 million in sales for my company and show you the one thing that we added that doubled our booked calls. If you're looking to turn more clicks and leads into high-paying clients, then follow this process step by step. The first thing we're gonna cover is why you even need a high-converting landing page in the first place. Now, this may be basic for some people watching this video, but please stick with me until the end because I'm going to get into some real advanced stuff as we go. But even, I would say, the most advanced marketers and business owners that I work with still don't really know why they have landing pages or sales funnels. And without understanding that, it's difficult to make sure that yours is really doing its job correctly. So the way that I see this after working with over 2,000 businesses is that a client's journey, a prospect's journey, whenever they're considering working with you, can be broken down into two main sections. You have marketing and you have sales, right? That's pretty obvious. The thing that's not obvious is that most people think that marketing is just to generate interest. It's just to get a lead. It's just to get a name, email, phone number, and sales does the rest. So they think sales is doing 80 or 90% of the work and marketing is doing 10 or 20% of the work. Or maybe some of the more advanced people think it's 50-50. But in my experience, it's actually more 80% marketing and 20% sales. Now, I'm not going to go too deep on why this is right now, but a few of the main reasons is that marketing is going to be way more leverageable, right? I'm going to show you how to build a landing page in this video, and you can just build it one time and it can generate you tens of millions of dollars. Where if you wanted to scale your sales team, you got to go out there, find, recruit, train, onboard, hire, offboard, optimize, manage a sales team, which is a lot of work. So it's way easier to spend more time on the marketing side of things than it is on the sales side of things, especially if you can get a higher return on your time for less work, right? So on marketing, what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get, first of all, we want to identify the prospects. So we want to make sure we're getting the right people into the sales journey, right? We don't want to end up on a sales call with a bunch of people who aren't our ideal clients. If we're a personal trainer and we're getting a bunch of people who are already incredibly in shape, that's probably not what we want. That's probably not our ideal people. So marketing is supposed to make sure the right people are coming through the funnel. There also should be educating the people that are coming through the funnel, because education, especially in a business world and more specifically in a B2B world, is a really great way to do this next thing here, which is building trust. So if I teach you something, if you learn something new from me, then there's a really good chance you're going to trust me more. And you're going to say, well, if I learned this thing from him, what else can I learn from him? AKA, what else can I do to work with this person? And so education and building trust is a key part of marketing. And also you can educate people on your offer and how things work inside your offer, et cetera, et cetera. But education is a key element of marketing's job. I would say it's like 60 to 70% of marketing's job is educating people on, why they have these problems, why this solution is the right solution to their problems, et cetera, et cetera. Then you want to make sure marketing is explaining the offer. If you're getting on sales calls and people are saying, what is it you do and how do you help people, then marketing is not doing their job correctly. And sales has got to go a hell of a long way to get somebody from what do you do to here's my money. And it's really difficult to do that on a 60-minute call. So then you book a second call and a third call, people no show, and it's a really inefficient sales process. And the final thing you want to do is framing or positioning or authority building. So this is really critical because especially many of you watching this video, you're in a highly competitive marketplace. And if you don't do some kind of framing, then you're going to be commoditized, which means that someone's just going to see you the same way they see the other person that's selling the exact same thing that you are. And so you want to make sure you're framing them correctly to see you as the end all be all, the solution to all of their problems, the cream of the crop, the king of the category, whatever else it is. And I'm going to show you specific ways that you can do that in a moment, but framing is very important and probably one of the areas that I see people miss out the most. And there's different elements of framing, right? There's social proof and testimonials that a lot of people do. And then there is like the law of association. And that's some of the other stuff I want to show you that a lot of people don't do, but it's probably more impactful than just client testimonials and case studies. Now let's hop over to sales. So at At this point, someone's coming in, they're your ideal person that you, because your marketing's identified them, that you've educated them and you've taught them something which builds them trust, you've explained the offer, and you've framed and positioned yourself as the right person that they should be working with compared to your competitors. Well, at this point, they're going to get on a phone call with sales. And sales first is going to make sure that they have a situational understanding. So the reason why we don't sell high ticket packages, over a sales funnel or over DMs when I'm trying to sell something for, let's say, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000 is because people want to make sure that even if marketing does a really great job, that their specific instance is going to be covered with this product or service. And so sales is a great job of doing a situational understanding. That's kind of called consultative selling, where somebody's coming in and you're getting on a sales call and saying, okay, let me, what's your background? Where are you at right now? Blah, blah, blah. And so they can feel like, okay, this is right for me. The second part of it is offer implication. So sure, in this one, you're explaining the offer in marketing, but in sales, you're going to go a little bit deeper. Okay, so you're coming in, you already have these things, which means we're going to do these things for you first and then these things for you next. So that's offer implications. What does this specific offer look like for your specific situation? And then finally, there is objection handling, a thing that we all know in sales. And this is where you get to the end of the call and they throw, I just send me a proposal. I want to think about it. It's too expensive, et cetera, et cetera. And a lot of the objection handling can be avoided if you spend a lot of time in the marketing area. If you do all the things that I talked about here previously, then you won't have to do a lot of objection handling. Your sales team becomes more like order takers and less like, they're having to literally fight and scratch and gouge for every single dollar that comes into the company. Okay. So now that we know that, this video is going to be underneath marketing, but it's going to be talking about the one way that I've seen the best possible method for identifying prospects, educating, building trust, explaining offer, framing, and that's going to be building a really great landing page. One great landing page can do all of this stuff and generate tens of millions of dollars in sales. So with that being said, that's landing page for us that has generated us over $10 million in sales, probably way more than that, but I like to be conservative. Okay. And so this is it zoomed out at a 30,000 foot view, but I'm going to break it down into very specific segments. So the first part of the landing page is going to be at the very top. And this is what is known as above the fold. Okay, so I'll write this right here, above the folds. Now, this is something I see get wrong. Even in the most advanced marketers and business people, it still cracks me up whenever I see people get this wrong. So above the fold is essentially whenever somebody lands on your landing page, what do they see before they do anything? Before they scroll the mouse, before they click anything, what is on the page, okay? And so it's typically like the top, let's say, 25, maybe 30% of the landing page. So if I go back here to this thing, you can see my landing page is way longer than this, but no one's even going to scroll down. Actually, probably less than I've had a website tracking software, less than 10% of people really scroll below this point here. So you want to make sure you put everything up here. You want to make sure it's optimized and all of the best stuff is above the fold. Now, a fun fact, a lot of marketers and YouTube gurus and everybody throws out the word above the fold, but nobody really knows where it comes from. Where it comes from is actually the newspaper industry. And I know that's probably dating myself, and many of you kids watching this don't even know what a newspaper is. It's kind of like an iPad, except for it was on paper. But anyway, so when they sold newspapers, they would sell newspapers in newspaper stands. And so when someone was walking by, let's say in New York City, they're hustling and they're going on their way to work, they would look over and they'd see the newspaper stand, and all they could see is what was on the top part of the newspaper. Because when you put a newspaper, you fold it, right? So there's a long newspaper and then you fold it in half, and above the fold is what is above that fold. And so if you're walking by and you look at that newspaper, you're like, oh, wow, look at that story right there. That's really good. So then they go and they buy it, they open it, and they read the rest. Now, what if they walked by and the newspapers put ads at the top of it, or they put the most boring stuff at the very top? They put the obituaries on the very front page, right? Then no one's going to be like, oh, let me read today's obituaries. I really care about that. Yet most of you, or most people that I see, are putting their most boring stuff at the top of their page, or they're not even optimizing it. So you can see this is pretty much, depending on what device you're landing on, this is pretty much everything that you see whenever you land above the page. And we have a few key elements here. You have my logo, you have some social proof, and I'm going to break this stuff down more in depth. I'm calling and identifying out who we're working with. I'm talking about what we can do for them. There's a video sales letter inside of here. There's more social proof, which are Trustpilot, and then there is a call to action, all right above the fold, all before they have to click anything or do anything. So this prevents people from having to scroll or hopping off, et cetera, et cetera. Okay, so the first thing you really, really want to focus on is making sure that the stuff above the fold is optimized. And I would say if you just want to model after what's worked for us and our thousands of clients, this is a really great place to start right here. If you have all of these elements, you're going to be really, really solid when it comes to your landing page. Now, let's walk through each of these elements step by step. The first thing that I want you to notice here is that there is a lot of white space, right? So look at all this white space here, look at all this white space here, look at all this white space here, look at all this white space here and right here, right? So why is white space important? White space is important because when people land somewhere, they want it to be easy on their eyes. And most people don't read words one by one, right? What happens is they read the first 10%, 20% of words and the last 20% of the words, and they get context and their brain kind of makes that connection. And so there's a lot of spacing in between all of these sentences here. There's a lot of spacing up and down right here because it's easier for someone to land on their eyes. If someone lands there and it's just a big chunky block of text and it's ugly, people are going to bounce. They don't want to read that. It's too hard for them to even begin the process of reading it. So make sure that your landing pages have a lot of white space on them. The second thing that you'll notice here is that it is branded, okay? I'm not going to go too deep in this video about branding, but I have a lot of other videos that cover it. But I'm a direct response marketer at heart, which means that I believe that we should be creating sales funnels and landing pages that get somebody from click to customer in the fastest way possible. But in today's day and age, in today's highly competitive, low trust world, the fastest way possible is going to be through branding as well. It's going to be through adding elements of branding inside of your landing pages. So I'm going to show you some of the other ways that we do it here in a little bit. So what are some of the elements of branding that we do here? You can see our logo, very nice, clean, professional, trademarks, top left-hand side of it. You'll also see that the colors of the buttons on the different pages here are the colors of our brand, right? So instead of just doing random colors at multiple different places, I'm specifically doing the colors that match our brand. So that way, people are associating more and more. It looks like a professional landing page if they're coming from an ad or a YouTube video somewhere else versus what everybody else's landing pages looks like, which is just a hodgepodge of different colors. It looks like someone created it in 3 seconds and just threw it up there to try to make money from you. And once again, people are really skeptical in today's day and age. So branding it, I know it seems silly, but it's really, really important. Okay, so that's the second kind of higher level thing that we like to see on landing pages. The third thing is the identification process. So I like to break down my headlines into 3 main sections. This is what I see works really well. You have something known as the pre-headline. Then you have the headline itself. And then you have something I call the sub-headline or the post-headline. So the pre-headline is a really great place for you to do that identification process that I talked about earlier. So this is where we're making sure that we're calling out the dream client. Just by saying those 4 or 5 or 6 words in this pre-headline right here, you would be amazed at how easier it makes your sales funnel later on. If you're getting on the call with a bunch of people that are unqualified, just put this pre-headline and call out your ideal people, and you will be shocked at how many more qualified people book a call on your calendar. So for us, we specifically work with coaches, consultants, agencies, and service-based businesses. So we just say for coaches, consultants, agencies, and service-based businesses. Nothing fancy, nothing sexy about it. I'm not trying to confuse them and talk about all these different things. I'm specifically calling out my main avatar. So that's the pre-headline. Then you have the headline itself. Learn how we can build you a custom end-to-end marketing system that is booking you 5+ sales calls a day in the next 7 days. This brings up a really important part of a really great landing page, which is a really great offer. So we've built an offer where we build a totally custom, totally done for you marketing system for our clients, the same one that I'm talking about here, in 7 days or less. So this goes against all of the different issues and objections that most people have. If they work with a coaching program, something like that, they have to do it all themselves. It takes 2 months, 3 months. If they work with an agency, they got to get onboarded. It probably takes 14 days. It's really expensive. So we're creating this really amazing offer where we do totally done for you, and we get it up and launched within 7 days, right? And I prove that inside. Our average client gets it up and launched within 7 days. So I can make that claim in this headline right here. And that's what makes this headline more enticing than if I just said, learn how we can book you sales calls. Okay, that's not bad for sure. But if I can say, learn how we can book you, build you a custom end-to-end marketing system that's booking you 5+ sales calls in the next 7 days, way more powerful, way stronger. Okay, now that I've said this, watch everybody else copy me in the next 30 days. But you get the point. So that's the main headline here. In this headline, you want to be entering the conversation in the prospect's mind. So a great way to do that is think about what do they desire? What do they want? Why are on this page? And then my dad always used to say everyone's favorite radio station is WIIFM. What's in it for me? So I'm not saying learn how we're the best company in the world, learn how we have the most amazing product or service or software in the world. I said learn how we can build you a custom end-to-end marketing system that is booking you 5+ sales calls in the next 7 days. You meaning the person reading that sales page. So now I'm talking to what they want, WIIFM. I'm not even talking about who we are and how amazing we are. I'm saying this is what you want. So I'm entering the conversation in the prospect's mind. And then there is the sub headline here, which is so you can turn total strangers into qualified, ready to buy appointments on autopilot. This is kind of like this is like, if you will, the icing of the cake, the cherry on top. This is that little bit more that I'm putting inside there that, in my opinion, would have been too many words on the main headline, and it would have taken up it would have gotten rid of too much of that white space. So I can put it down below that, and it kind of plays really well inside of the headline here. So it's like, so you can do this thing that you really desire. Because in marketing, there's always another layer. So one of the best words I've ever heard in marketing, one of the best phrases you can ever use is so that. Okay, just write that down if you're taking notes on this. So that. Because when you start, you say, I can book you appointments. Okay, that's great that you can book me appointments so that you can have a packed sales calendar. Okay, that's better. I want a packed sales calendar so that you can close more deals every single month. Okay, now we're talking. I want to close more deals so that you can take home more profit every month. Okay, wow. Now I'm talking so that you can live your dream lifestyle and buy all the toys and gadgets and take care of your family. Now we've gotten to the main piece of it. So that is your favorite word when it comes to marketing. So you can see right here, so you can. So I don't say so that, but I say so you can turn total strangers into qualified, ready to book appointments on autopilot. Another way that you can use this subheadline here is if you do what's called withouts, right? So it would be learn how we can build you a custom end-to-end marketing system that is booking you 5+ sales calls in the next 7 days without having to spend a dime on ads, without having to post 50 times a day on social media, without having to sell your soul, without offering money-back guarantees. These are all objections in my client's mind that they're having because they've heard maybe an offer like, oh, I can get you more sales calls, and they're thinking, I got to do all these things I don't want. Well, what if I say in the subheadline, well, you can do it without these things that you don't want, okay? And yes, there is a little bit of an art to this. That's why we do it for our clients, because we're not only doing it so we can acquire more clients, we're doing it so we can give our clients better results. So I'm not saying that this is the easiest thing in the world to do, but it's worth optimizing and testing because, man, does it make a difference when you're trying to book more leads. Now, before I even go on to the next section here, I actually want to walk you through a simple framework. I didn't come up with it, but it explains why you might see a sales page that says something like, learn how we can build you a custom end-to-end marketing system for this sales page. But another one of our sales pages might say, learn why the self-sustaining funnel can book 20+ sales calls a day for any coach, consultant, agency, or online service provider, right? And that's because of something called the levels of awareness. And so I have a different YouTube video where I go deeper inside of this, but in the levels of awareness, you really have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different stages. So there's unaware, people who have no idea they even have a problem in the first place. There's problem aware, people that are aware that they have a problem, but they don't know the solution to it. There's solution aware, they know that there's a solution out there, but they haven't actually purchased the solution. There's product aware, which is where they know the different products that they can have to buy the solution. And there's most aware, which is when they're trying to decide, they're ready to buy and they're like, should I buy this product or this product? Let me see case studies and testimonials. So when I'm running a traffic, which means, clicks, and I'm sending them to this page here, learn how we can build you a custom end-to-end marketing system that's booking you 5+ sales calls in the next 7 days. I am talking mostly to solution-aware people. So they know that they need a marketing system that's booking them more sales calls, right? That they already know that. So I'm specifically talking to solution-aware people. If I was talking to product-aware people, I might say, work with scaling with systems because we're amazing and we have all these case studies and testimonials. And if I was more problem-aware, I might say something like, did you know that lack of sales calls is the number one reason why high-ticket businesses go out of business? So that might be my headline there, right? Because I'm addressing people in different stages. So it depends on what your ad says or where you're driving traffic to. That really changes what your headline is going to be. So a lot of organic traffic, Instagram, YouTube, all these different pages, you're going to be more going to solution aware people. This down here. If you're running what's known as disruption marketing, like let's say Facebook ads, you're going to be more problem aware right here, where you're saying like, hey, are you tired of, I don't know, lower back pain? Are you tired of not having enough sleep at night? That's you're addressing they don't know what the solution to the lower back pain or the sleep at night is. They just know that they have that. And then in the landing page, I would say, are you tired of not sleeping well at night? Well, in order to sleep well, you need to have a good nighttime routine that's solution aware. And we have the app that can make sure you stay your nighttime routine. That's product aware. I would cover all of that inside of the sales page if I was doing, let's say, a Facebook ad campaign. Now, the other main thing that I want to show you is the sales funnel I'm talking about here is one that we use for warmer traffic. So it's not one that we use necessarily for paid ads. And so this is a link that we put in all of our YouTube descriptions. And notice this right here. It says how we can book you 5 to 10 qualified sales calls a day using a self-sustaining funnel. And then there's a link that goes to it, and it goes to this same sales funnel right here. Learn how we can book you a custom marketing system that's booking you 5+ sales calls in the next 7 days. Almost the exact same verbiage, which brings me to the next important part when we come to headlines, which I know I'm spending 5 minutes on the headline section, but that's how important it is that it's very consistent from where they came from the traffic source they came from. So once you identify what level of awareness these people are coming in from, depending on what traffic source they are, you want to make sure the messaging is congruent. So never use different messaging on the traffic source where they're coming from as you are on the landing page. So it would be terrible if I said something like, what more high ticket clients, click here. And then it says, learn how we can build you a custom end-to-end marketing system that's booking you 5+. Okay, so sure, that's similar, but any kind of dissonance, any kind of incongruency, your prospect's going to be like, oh, I got to work for this. I'm going to hop off. People are having expectations. Every single time they click, every single time they go somewhere, they already, before the page is even loaded, they already have an expectation. And as soon as it loads, for example, not having a lot of white space, it being really crunched together, or it not being congruent, they're like, oh, this is too much work, let me hop off. And they just leave. And that's why you see really low conversion rates on sales pages. So if I could do it, I have almost exact wording, word for word, in the ad and the landing page, in the description in the landing page, in the email and the landing page. And that's where you see a lot of more advanced marketers or business people have different types of landing pages for different temperatures of traffic, different levels of traffic. So I might have a problem aware one and a problem aware landing page. I might have a solution aware one and a solution aware landing page. And as you're going to see here in a moment, I'm going to have a most aware one and a most aware landing page, as I'm going to break down for you. Okay. So hopefully that was helpful to you guys. Let's keep on going down. Next is going to be the video sales letter. Now, I can't spend too much time on the video sales letter because that is a video in and of itself, but I highly suggest if your landing pages don't have video sales letters, definitely add one. It's a really great way to build that trust with a prospect because they're seeing your face. We work with a lot of clients who sometimes say, hey, I don't know if I want to put my face on there. I'm not a good presenter, et cetera, et cetera. And I always tell them, look, like if you absolutely don't want to, we have creators that can create the videos for you. But I highly recommend it because you're the founder of the company. And most companies we work with are not like SaaS companies that are worth $300 million. And so you have a benefit. One of the main benefits is that somebody can can build trust around a person instead of building trust around some kind of conglomerate. And this is the first experience that they're going to be having with your company. And so you want them to build trust with you. So I am the face, even though it's not the most scalable thing in the world, I am the face in our ads. I am the face in our video sales letters because I want people to trust my face more and more. So if someone watches 4 YouTube videos of me in a row, and then they click on the video sales letter, and there's another YouTube video of me, it's all congruent, and they're all building trust with my eyes, my face, my smile, how I talk, how I act. And so that's really, really beneficial. So even if you just took what was written down on the rest of the landing page and you just took a video version of it and it was you walking through it, it is massive, massive, massive. The other big thing about video sales letters is some people like to learn from reading, and some people like to learn through video and sound. So it gives you an ability to address people that like to learn in multiple different ways. Now, the video sales letter, there's a specific formula, which I'm not going to cover in this video, but I'm going to talk about a little bit of hacks that I've done with video sales letters. So one of the main things is increasing the speed of the video sales letter to 1.5x. So really great video sales letters are somewhere between, let's say, 5 minutes and 15 minutes long. but to get the entire video sales letter formula within 15 minutes is honestly kind of hard. And so what you can do, and what we do for our clients, is we'll film the video. Let's say it's 20 minutes long. Well, then what we do is we have our editing team, because we edit the videos for our clients, we speed up the video to 1.5x, and we adjust the tone so you won't be able to tell. Like if you guys go and watch this video, you won't be able to tell that it's sped up to 1.5x. And so that brings us from a 20-minute video down to, like, let's say a 10-minute video. And now whenever the person's playing it, and they could be playing it on 1.5 speed or 2x speed, now you're talking about a 5-minute video or a 7-minute video, okay? And so condensing all that down, it still gets the same message across, but allows the people to have to be on the page less before they make a decision, which is definitely going to increase conversion rate. So that's a little hack I don't think I've ever seen anybody else talk about, and we do it for all of our clients automatically, and I highly, highly, highly recommend you do the exact same thing. And then I just have simple instructions right here: tap play and watch the full video above. And then I'm going to go into the actual call to action, which is ready for consistent $100,000 a month. We'll install a custom done for you marketing system in 7 days or less. Schedule a demo call. So calls to action. Let's go deeper into this. First of all, it's very intentional that you notice that this box is gray and the box around it is white. We want the call to action to stand out. We want it to pop so that the eyes naturally go to there. The second thing is I say ready for consistent $100,000 plus months. So I'm talking to their main desire. I'm saying, like, hey, if you want to get this, this is what we can take you to. And by booking the call, you're taking one step closer to it. Then there's another little sub thing. We'll install a custom done for you marketing system in 7 days or less. And then this is one of the most important things when it comes to landing pages, is that it's really marketing in general. You get what you ask for, okay? You get what you ask for. So if you ask for coaches, consultants, agencies, and service-based businesses, you'll get coaches, consultants, agencies, and service-based businesses. If you don't ask for that, you'll get anybody. If you ask for people to book a demo call, then the people getting on the call want a demonstration. They have really high intent. They want to book a call to speak with you, to work with you. If instead you use words like free consultation calls, then you're going to get people who just want free consultations. It's that simple. Yet most people don't even realize that. And so we say demo call. We used to say free consultation call. And I'm not saying that free consultations and free audits aren't a good move. There is a time and a place for that, and we have that in different landing pages. But this one is for warm traffic. They've watched multiple videos of me. They've seen case studies, testimonials. They trust me. So I'm just saying, look, if you want to learn more and potentially work with us, then book a call to speak with us. And this makes sure that our calendar is filled with really high intent people versus people that are just looking for a free consultation. Okay, so we say schedule a demo call. Now, final few things on this page we're going to get into, which is going to be social proof and authority positioning, building that trust and building framing and the positioning I talked about earlier. There's a few main elements inside of here. First of all, a little ninja hack. If you go to my landing pages, my logos in the top left-hand corner are clickable, because if you click on it, it takes you to the main homepage of our website. And yes, you might be losing traffic when people click on that and they don't stay on the landing page. But I've talked about in dozens of my videos, the one-way sales funnels are dead. People don't just see a video, click on it, book a call, buy right away. They want to learn more about you and make sure you're a legitimate business. And so I have a really beautiful website, and I want people to visit that website if they want to, because I have even more information on there. I can educate them even more, build even more trust. So that's actually a clickable link that goes to our homepage of our website. So that's a really great way of me building authority and positioning by saying, hey, I'm not trying to force you into this decision. If you want to, you can go online, look us up, see this. You can see that we're legit. We have over 1,000 plus published case studies and client wins, et cetera, et cetera. The next element here is these are logos, PR, et cetera, et cetera. So I've been on Entrepreneurs on Fire. I've been on ClickFunnels before. I've been on Fox Business. A lot of people ask me, do you need PR? I don't actually think it's like that necessary, if I'm honest with you. I don't know how much that adds on there, but I did it back in the day when I thought it was important. But since I have it, I'm going to use it for sure. If people land on that page and they know ClickFunnels and they know Entrepreneurs on Fire, they know Fox Business, it does technically elevate me and build my trust a little bit more. The next is going to be Trustpilot. Once again, it's a clickable link. I know if you're an advanced marketer, you'd be like, Ravi, you're crazy for having clickable links. You got to just keep on shoving them down the funnel. But I want people to do the research. I want them to feel like they're not being forced into a decision here, because I've seen that increases conversions. So this shows that we have over 124 reviews, 4.8 stars on Trustpilot. I want them to read the case studies and reviews there, because I know they're going to go and do it on their own. So I might as well let them do it right there. That might help them make a decision. And then finally, you have this 2,000 plus businesses successfully served right below the call to action button here. And you can see these are photos of actual clients. So these are avatars. And so I specifically have some women. I have some men. I have a guy playing a violin, right? So, and these are all normal everyday people. I don't have like the most professional photos in the world, because most of our clients are normal everyday people that just want to build a bigger online business, and that's exactly what we help them with. So those are all elements of social proof. Another kind of sneaky element of social proof is right here on my Loom video. You can see, like, even when you're watching this video right now, my background, it's kind of nice, and this is authority. Having this mic right here, having this background, having this nice camera, this is positioning, this is framing. I've invested quite a bit into this little studio, and so you must think, well, if he has money to invest, he must be doing pretty well. If he's doing pretty well, he must, do well for his clients, et cetera, et cetera. And some of you might be like, I'm not thinking that, but subconsciously you are. Okay, subconsciously you are. So this has all just been above the fold. This is all we're talking about right here is above the folds. Now, moving forward, let's actually talk about what happens below the folds. Immediately below the fold, we have more social proof, but this is social proof that's different than what a lot of other people do. This is, once again, framing. This is authority building. So this is right below that button, that call to action button that says book a demo call, and it says what other industry titans are saying. So the benefit of this is that if you've worked with other people, if you've talked to other people, if you have friends that are if someone landed on this page, they would know who this person was, then you want to add a section like this because it just positions you more as an expert. So I have people like Ryan Pineda, who I've been on his podcast. We talk all the time about scaling his business. I've learned a lot from him. He's learned a lot from me. Jeremy Miner, they're a client of ours. Ali Abdal, he came to my mastermind. Carlton Dennis talked about how he came to my mastermind and built his business from it. Ryan Dice from Digital Marketer and Scalable is a client of ours. You get the idea, right? So these are all either clients of mine, people that I've spoken to. These are all nice words that they've said about me and my expertise, and I put them inside of here. And that's because if somebody comes here and they recognize one of these people's names, they're going to say, wow, well, if this person's saying a nice thing about Ravi, then he must be a nice guy. He must actually know what he's talking about, okay? So this is a very small authority piece that I highly, highly recommend. Now, if you don't have this, then just skip it and over time, look to get it. So for example, I'm just being totally transparent with you. Ryan Dice is a client of ours. He is incredible. I've learned so much about him over the past few years. And so whenever he became a client, I said, hey, I want to get on a call with you. I want to personally work with you one-on-one. I want to make sure you get incredible results. And if it's okay with you, if you do experience incredible results, can I get a testimonial? Because I knew that if I could add him to this list here, it would go really long way, because a lot of my clients or potential clients or prospects know who he is. He's like kind of a legend because he was one of the first quote unquote digital marketers. I mean, the guy literally owns digitalmarketer.com. And so I was like, let's make sure we just knock it out of the park for him so that I can get a really good testimonial, which is exactly what happened. I said, do you mind if I publish this? He said, no problem, right? So, look, you can even go out and find those people, ask to work for them for free, because if you do one free client and they're known in your industry, then whenever, sure, you might have lost whatever it is, $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, but then when you send more traffic to this page and they recognize this person, it's going to explode the sales funnel conversion rates, okay? So very simple on that social proof. And then here is the second element of the landing page that we just love to use, because we just knock people upside of the head with more case studies and testimonials and social proof. So this is the one thing that I talked about in the beginning of the video that we added. So we test everything that we do. This same sales funnel has probably been tested, I'm not exaggerating, 800, 900 times, different variations of it. We added this case study section right here. And once again, one of the main concerns was that, as you'll see in a moment, these are all hosted on YouTube. You can see the little YouTube play button right here, et cetera, et cetera. One of the main concerns was if I drive the traffic here, we spend all this money, they hop off, they go to YouTube, we lost that traffic. And so we didn't know if it was going to work if we put all these case studies and testimonials below here. What we saw was that this, adding these case studies, doubled our qualified booking rates. So just for easy numbers, let's say that 10% of people that landed on this page became a qualified book call. After we implemented this, immediately it became 20%. Just by adding these, whatever it is, 12 videos right here, we doubled it, which is essentially doubling our business. Just that's how powerful a really great landing page can be. So this says, want to see some of our best client case studies. And then here is, we call it our highlight reel, but it's a really great video. I actually suggest you guys check it out down below. We love it. But it's like, I just had my editing team take, at this point, we have over, I think we have 24 case studies, over 1,100 client wins. And then I think probably over 250, 300 testimonials, video testimonials. So they took all of the best case studies and testimonials and chopped it up, not all of them because it would have been way too long, but some of the best ones, chopped it up and put it in this little, almost like like in football where you see a highlight reel, it's the exact same thing for our clients. So it's people just saying, I made this money, this changed my life, boom, 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 boom. And it's just people just hitting them upside the head with testimonials. And then here are individual case studies I have done with some of our clients where I'm breaking down their business and they talk about what it was like working before scaling with systems, why they worked with scaling with systems, et cetera, et cetera. And these are also all published on my YouTube channel. So if they end up clicking away from this video and go to my YouTube channel, well, great. There's more videos that I want them to consume on my YouTube channel. And that's what we do for our clients. We build a marketing system that's not just one way and paid ads. We build a blended marketing system that uses both organic content and paid ads and direct response marketing to build like a really, really robust marketing system that is, in my opinion, really the only way you can scale consistently over $100,000 a month. So we're adding all these in-depth case studies, and that's my face everywhere. So it's my face in the video sales letter. It's my face doing these case studies. And then even just one of these videos is 40 minutes long. And I'm going through and I'm breaking down what we did for them. And then at the end of every single case study, I say, if someone's watching this video right now, maybe they're on one of our landing pages, maybe they're on YouTube, they're thinking about working with us, what would you say to that person? And they all say the same thing. Oh my God, I was skeptical at first. Just do it, just do it, just do it. And so all these people are now acting as little mini salespeople for me inside of my sales page, trying to convince someone to book a call to speak with us. So hopefully that you guys find value in that. And then calls to action are going to be all up and down the page. So I break the page down every few scrolls into an additional call to action, That way, at some point they're going to be reading and it's going to click. Like, I don't know when it's going to be, but okay, video sales letter, yeah, social proof. Oh, I know that person. Click, book a call. Oh, watch the videos, case study. Okay, I think I'm ready. Boom, book a call. So I have these calls to action kind of sprinkled throughout the entire thing in there. So what happens once they actually book? So a landing page just with a button on it is not going to scale your business. So what's the next step here? Well, then you have what's called a booking page, or what we call a booking page. And so this is what our booking page looks like. Once again, a lot of white space. That is our brand right there, our logo for coaches, consultants, agents, service-based business who want to generate 5 to 10 qualified sales calls a day, want us to install a custom done-for-you marketing systems in your business 7 days or less. So I'm just super congruent with the last page there. They clicked on it, they went here because it all looks the exact same. Everything is the same. Schedule a demo call. You can see I'm doing all the same elements above the fold that I did. A big mistake I see when people are building sales funnels and they are making landing pages is that they just have the calendar. They just say, oh yeah, here's the calendar. But you just assuming that this person's already bought into what you're selling. You would be surprised that somebody could forget why they clicked within 3 seconds of clicking. You would be shocked. So I'm making that congruency. And also, a lot of people just go straight to our booking page. So we get a lot of referrals from our clients, or someone might find it online. And so if they just go straight to this page and they don't watch the previous page, I want to make sure I get at least some additional education for them and some framing and some of the stuff I talked about that marketing should do. That way they're not getting on the call just from a booking link and saying, what is it you guys do? And then we're starting that whole process in the beginning. We're starting from scratch when sales should just be doing the last 20%. Okay. So then we have a booking widget. And then the final piece of this, which I don't think I've really gone in detail in a video about this before, so I really hope you guys are enjoying this, is going to be the questions that you ask on the booking widget. So here's my thoughts. I have done applications separate from booking widgets. I've done application, then booking. I've done booking and then application. I have done a bunch of questions. I've done one question. I've done no questions. I've done every variation, like I said, hundreds and hundreds, because not only have we done it for us, but we've tested it for our clients, and it's just what I love to do. This is what I found works very, very well. So first of all, we combine the application and the booking into one. A lot of people will put it separate and they think, oh, well, if it's separate, then they can just get someone's information and call them if they don't book, but that's not what you want. That's a really inefficient sales process. Then you got to hire all these appointment setters, et cetera, et cetera. So we just put it all inside one. It's very simple. Number two, we ask the basic contact information up top, first name, last name, email, phone number. And then we say we only work with coaches, consultants, agencies, course creators, and service providers who acquire clients through sales calls. Is that you? And this is another, you're going to see there's some sales copy and there's some persuasion here. So this is to make sure that we're not filling our calendar, because we get a lot of sales calls every single day. And we want to make sure that those people that are booking are our ideal client. So we say, make them say, yes, I am this person, or no, I will leave the page immediately. First question, just straight to the throat. Remember, in marketing, you get what you ask for. So I'm saying, is it, we only want this. Are you this? Yes or no? No, leave this page immediately. Number two, what is your current monthly revenue for the business you're looking to scale? 0 to 1K, 1 to 5K, 5 to 10K, 10 to 25, 25 to 100, 100 to 200 plus. So this is another great way because this will position how we're going to address on the sales call, what we're going to say on the sales call, leading up to the sales call, what resources we're going to send them, what product we're going to present them, depending on where they're at, because we have different products for people at different stages inside their business. Then I say, what is your main bottleneck to scale? Check all that apply. Now, this is really great because this is making them self-identify what the problems are in their business. So they're essentially saying, I don't know the solution to this problem. This is my problem that I'm having. And that gives the salesperson a lot of ammunition on the call, because as soon as they start the call, they can go, hey, Bob, thanks so much for booking the call here. So I see you're doing about $25,000 to $100,000 a month, and your number one problem right now is low profit margins. So let's dive a little bit deeper into that. Boom. And so the call's already started. Boom. We're straight into it. Okay. Really great framing. And they can actually select multiple of these things. And then the final thing is, this is kind of pretty standard in today's day and age, but we say, hey, I recognize that we're dedicating a lot of significant time and resource development, custom scale and roadmap. Will you show up? And they say, yes, I will. That's all you need. You don't need to be badgering them. Show up, show up, show up. We have about an 85% show up rate year to date. It used to be 50% last year. Then we made some changes, which now we do for our clients, and it's way, way better. And this is all we ask. So this is not including contact info. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 questions, and all 4 of them are click to choose, right? So that's the other piece that I see a lot of people make. They ask super open-ended questions, and then they have these huge text box, and they want people to answer them. The problem with that is, you're trying to get somebody to book a call to speak with you, and you want to add some friction so you make sure they're qualified. But man, if the person feels like they're literally writing an essay, like completing a standardized test just to get on a call with you, it's gonna crash your booking rate. And so you want to, I know your sales team is gonna want more. They're always gonna want more information before the sales call. But we found that we've tested multiple things. This works really well. At any additional information we want before the sales call, we can look their email information up. We can look them up online, or we can simply ask them before or at the beginning of the sales calls to get it. And so we've just simplified it to just buttons for every single one of these questions. If you don't want to figure all this out on your own and just have our team do it totally done for you, custom for your business, be sure to go down below and book a call to speak with us today.